All right, I cannot wait to hear about trick-or-treating back in Italy with all your with all your cousins, how you were able to go from Sicily to Gaeta all by yourself.
We carried a gun.
Oh, all right, maybe we should talk about the soup. Chef Robert is back. He's going to teach us how to make a very famous Italian soup and a fresh salad. You've already got the garlic bread going with the provolone cheese stuffed in between the slices.
You remember, good,
and,
good.
Of course. It's unforgettable.
This is the salad that we take out and we bring in during the wintertime when it starts getting cold. And it's very healthy. It's got the red kidney beans, the garbanzo beans. Of course, it has the chicken stock, fresh spinach, orzo pasta, or you can use a small bow tie if you like.
Okay.
Onions and then Parmesan cheese just to garnish after it's all completed.
This is a soup pot.
This is the soup pot. Well, we have enough people, so it's getting cold, so. Now, garbanzo beans, remember, this is where you can make hummus, too. If you have this here, throw that in the Robocube with garlic and a little bit of olive oil. There's your hummus. Done. So it's real easy. I'm going to start by putting the onions in.
All right.
Getting them sautéed right away.
And those, of course, will take the longest.
Well, it takes a couple minutes just to get the flavor of the onion into the olive oil. And when you put olive oil always in a pan, always cover the entire bottom of the pan. Never just leave a bare spot, because the bare spot will make things stick and burn. So if they ever ask how much olive oil should you use, just cover the bottom of the pan.
So you can't see the
pan. And it's real easy. Okay. Once that's going, I'll go ahead and add the red kidney beans. Now, of course, I won't put all this in, but I'll put pretty much. And when you buy the red kidney beans, put the water that's in the can in right with it, because there's where your don't rinse it off. That's your flavor.
Now, what about black beans, though? I always rinse those off. So how do you know which beans you rinse and which ones you don't?
It's depending on how you're accustomed to cooking.
Okay, so
I mean,
none of them have to be rinsed?
Black beans do, because they're salty. They're in a saltwater brine. So you have to take away whatever you're doing. Like, I will add salt and pepper to this, but if I was using a black bean or something, I wouldn't, because the salt's already there.
Okay.
Now, of course, this is going to come up to a boil, and once that's in, I'll go ahead and add the spinach and all, and the chicken stock. The best way to do this, to thicken it up, is to add the pasta raw right into there when it's cooking.
Really?
That will bring it together and make it nice and thick. Now, of course, I put the spinach here so you can see the fresh spinach, but I'll use the entire bag, over 3 pounds, when it's all completed.
You'll use all of this?
The whole bag will go in there.
Wow. So this is a pretty healthy soup, too.
It's a healthy
soup. Fresh spinach and the protein and the beans.
And then, of course, you got the garlic bread to go with it. Garlic bread goes with everything. It even goes with coffee in the morning, so you can... I mean, you can have that. So it's really good. It's really good. My grandfather called me last night from Italy.
Did he?
He wasn't talking about Halloween. He was talking about that we should have an Italian in the White House, especially from New Jersey. He says, the problem with Afghanistan, he said, if you were to send 2 Italians from New Jersey to Afghanistan, 2 days it would be over. 2 days. Don't ask how, but just enjoy the gas at 32 cents a gallon. And then he talked about bin Laden. He said, when he comes, we're going to go over there one day. One day it'd be over. Don't ask how, he said, but first thing I do is go there, knock on his cave, and go in there and say, hey, Bin, come here, pull up a rock, sit down. Bin. And say, how long it took me to get here from New Jersey? I'm already upset. And then you talk to him, and hey, Vinny, get the bat, break his legs, then take the rugs and go home. It'd be over. So we're hoping next time we have an Italian in the White House, and we would have no problems.
I want to point out the awards that Chef Robert just won for cooking, not necessarily the storytelling. You're a former Marine. We're going to let you get away with that. But you just won People's Choice at Homerama, and City Dock Restaurant also took an award, too, Outstanding Culinary Offerings at the Taste of East Beach.
We had 9 houses that were offered, and each house had a restaurant from the Norfolk, Virginia area. And we all competed, and the judging was there, and then we came out number 1. I mean, it was really nice. It was, we went through almost 900 orders of she crab soup and about 800 of crab cakes.
Cool.
Now, they were probably going around and coming back a second time because they really looked familiar. But, but that was okay. But it was a nice show. We got back about 10 o'clock last night. They did draw a crowd, and the houses are gorgeous, $800,000-$900,000 homes. I was hoping that because I won, I would get one of the houses, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out.
Can't work out every time.
Yes.
But anyway, we're glad that you are here to make the soup and salad today.
Thank you.
So this just needs to kind of sit for a while before this come up to a boil.
It'll come up to boil, and I'll add the stock and the spinach, and then we'll go into the salad.
Well, I hear if we watch it, it'll never happen. So let's watch Wheeler instead, and then our soup will boil. All right, we are back in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen with the Executive Master Chef of City Dock Restaurant, Robert Cillizza. And we want to thank you again for joining us today, making a nice, like a lunch or dinner combination, a hearty soup and salad. I think when folks hear soup and salad, they may think, okay, this is going to be light. But I mean, this is very hearty soup with the kidney beans and the garbanzo beans in there. And
there goes the orzo pasta.
Right.
And usually about a pound is plenty, because when you say a person's going to come over and eat, and you figure, well, there's 10 people, maybe 10 pounds. Now, pasta's 8 people to 1 pound, so it grows and triples and quadruples as you're cooking. So don't go crazy with it.
Okay, otherwise you'll get a
That's
won't
going
be
to
so
take
soupy
about
anymore.
That'll take about 10 to 12 minutes. So we can go ahead and start the salad.
Okay.
Okay. Now in Italy, you very rarely see any type of greens in a salad. It's all hearty vegetables most of the time, and it's real easy to make. Roma tomatoes is your best ones to do. I usually use about 12 Roma tomatoes. Cucumbers, as much as you like. Italians love cucumber, so you're probably going to see a lot more than normal. Then we'll have the sliced onions. Red onions, of course, are the best. It gives you that nice flavor.
Yeah, and it's colorful.
It is. That's the whole purpose of the salad, is to give it that color. The Kalamata olives that we have, of course, you put those in depending on how much you like. And then I'll mix it together. I won't put the mozzarella in until last, because as you're working it, it'll break up. And you want to try to keep it as whole as you can.
Okay.
Probably one of the best secrets of this whole salad is the oregano. That gives it the actual flavor. I use probably about 3 tablespoons. Salt and pepper to taste. It depends on how salty you like your food.
Yep.
And then, of course, the olive oil. Extra virgin. Please make sure that you get the extra virgin. A good way to check this is when you buy it in the store and you pay the good money, put a little bit in a shot glass and leave it on your counter at night. Come back in the morning and look at it. If it's the same color, then it's extra virgin. If it starts to separate and you see 3 different graduated colors, you just bought olive oil.
Oh, man.
So that's terrible. That's not...
So you need to go back to the store and say, liars.
The first pressing is the dark one. The second pressing is a little bit lighter. That's the virgin olive oil, and the third is the olive oil.
Oh, okay.
So the extra virgin is the one you want to use for all your salads. That's got the best flavor. The lighter it gets, the more bitter it tastes.
Okay. So there's no vinegar or anything going in there, just the olive oil
just
and the
olive oil, and that's it.
The herbs.
And then your fresh mozzarella goes in. And, of course, you've got the garlic bread to go with it.
Yes.
And then a very light toss. And then if I would put this in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes, and there's your salad. It's ready to go.
Now, you said it in the beginning that some folks may look at that and say, well, where's the lettuce?
Yeah.
But it's just never been that way.
Italy, they don't use lettuce. It's all vegetables, and they can put red roasted peppers in here. They put squash. They put zucchini squash. It's all vegetables, and it's a cool salad because you want to bring it out cool with the garlic bread. Well, when you taste it, when we come back, you'll see that, I'm switching over to this type salad. I'm not going to have lettuce anymore.
I totally believe you. I feel compelled to stir the soup.
Go ahead, please. Thank you.
Okay? It is starting to boil.
Starting to boil, and that's once it boils and the orzo pasta gets cooked, then we'll add the spinach later.
And you said that's going to take a little bit, and the spinach will go in last.
Go in last, yeah, because you don't want it to really disappear, but that whole bag won't even be able to know what's in there.
All right. We've got to move it along. When we come back, we'll finish up our soup. Cheryl?